So the arrow way is great to use with addition, but it's also really cool to use with subtraction. And essentially, the arrow way is just a type of number line. I'm going to go ahead and start with this number because it's my whole. And expanded form is going to tell me the value of each of these digits that I have to subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 10. That gives me 28. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 2, and that's going to give me 26. My answer to this equation is 26. I can do this with larger numbers, and it's basically the same principle. So what I'm going to do, this is a problem you could solve mentally, but if not, just for an example purpose, I'm going to go ahead and do the arrow way and expanded form. I like that combination because you can see the value of each digit. So as I'm taking away each individual value, you can see that I'm writing it right above that arrow. And then my final thing is I have to take away 2, and that gives me 6. This is a great strategy for kids that really need to see exactly what it is you're doing. So if I've got 140 or 242, and I want to go ahead and take away 189, I'm going to start with the 242, just because that's my whole, and that's what I'm actually taking away from. I'm going to be using the expanded form strategy to kind of help me out, and you're going to see me do something a little different here. So I'm going to start by taking away the 100. That gives me 142. Well, the thing is now is that I need to take away this 80. But sometimes it's difficult to leap over the 100 mark. So I'm going to start by taking away 40 and bring it down to 102. Now 80 can be divided into a 40 and a 40. These are two parts that make this whole. So if I'm already at 102, I can go ahead and take away the other 40. You notice I broke it apart into two parts and made it a little easier for myself. So now I'm actually at 62. And then I have this 9 that I get to take away. Now I could easily do this, but if you see, 9 can actually be broken up into a 2 and a 7. So if you have students that have sort of a hard time leaping over the 10s or the 100s, you can actually do it this way and get down to the 10 and then the 7. That gives me 53 as my answer. And this, of course, is the arrow way. I'll do one more. Let's do 624 minus 372. Okay, so I'm starting with 624, and I know that I'm going to have to take away 300, and then a 70, and then a 2. So what I can do is go ahead and start with the 300. Get that out of the way. That gives me 324. Now what I have to do is take away this 70. Well, I really only have two 10s. So what I can do is I can do 70, and I can number bond it into a 20 and a 50. 20 plus 50 equals 70, so those can be parts of this whole. So I'm going to take away the 20 first. That gets me to 304. Now I can take away that 50, and that's going to give me 254. Now what I can do is take away this final 2. So take away that 2, and I'm going to be left with 252, and that is the answer to my equation.